Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Janet Richmond. I'm the president of the Women's Fund of Herkimer and Oneida Counties. It's a pleasure to be here at Griffiss Institute today to recognize 4 outstanding women who are the second set of recipients of our Women's Fund Women Investing in Women grants. So a little bit about the Women's Fund. We are an all-volunteer organization that was established in 1997 with a mission of empowering women and girls in our community. We do that in a number of ways. Through grants to local nonprofits benefiting women, through our Annie's Fund grants that provide one-time life-changing funding to women in need, women in crisis, through our Isla's Fund grants that help college-age women stay in school, through the Ann Allen Scholarship Fund that assists a local high school senior intending to go on to college, through the work of our Status of Women Committee, which is currently focusing on providing menstrual supplies to local schools for girls who cannot afford them, and through the program that we're celebrating here today, which is Women Investing in Women. So the background of today's presentation started last year when we were 25 years old. We were looking for a way to celebrate that, and we decided to start a new program to help women business owners take their business to the next level. We offered 5 $5,000 grants and hoped we would get 15 applications or so. Well, we got 58. And this year, again, we offered the same thing for 4 women, $5,000 grants, and again, we got 58 applications. So we had to decide, but the funding requests totaled $276,000, and clearly we knew we had uncovered a need in our community. So that's what we're serving today. Now I'd like to invite Ellen Rainey, who is a member of the Women's Fund Board. She chairs this Women Investing in Women Committee. She's done a lot of work for it, a wonderful job, and she'll be our MC today. Ellen?
Thank you, Janet, and it's great to be here. I love this. It's so nice to see everybody. Before we get to the main event, this year's recipients, I do want to acknowledge some supporters and partners who are with us. First, never forget the food. I want to thank our food sponsors. We've got Spresso's Coffee, Cookies, and Cakes. We've got She Fancy, who did our charcuterie boards, Rosso's Cafe and Catering, and Blueberry Fields Photography. So it's fantastic that they are supporting us today. I'd also like to say a special thanks to New York State Assemblywoman Marianne Buttonshaw, to Rome Mayor Jackie Izzo, and to New York Mills Mayor Ernie Tellerico for being here today. We are really grateful that you share our enthusiasm for supporting and empowering women business owners. Would love it if each of you would like to say a few words. Assemblywoman Buttonshaw, may I call you first in alphabetical order?
See, a woman can save any situation. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. But thank you to the Women's Fund, to Baird, to the Griffiss Institute. What a great program. Phenomenal. To those that are receiving today a great $5,000 amongst the awards. I thank you for your perseverance, your dedication and commitment to the state of New York. One thing I do know, the state of New York can provide many challenges to businesses. So I think that's why you wanted me to talk first. Let's get that out. And I know, as I spent this morning working with another business that has some challenges, so I thank you for that, because I know we do provide many challenges, and they're all nodding their heads. And there's, but to our chamber leaders that are here today, Carrie and Krista, I can't thank you enough because I know what you do, as well as so many others. I see Amy, that's the money store, and recipients that have received from last year that are here today. I thank you so much also. But bottom line, end of story here, you're here for us. You provide those businesses, you maintain the stability that I see within the community. And through the Women's Fund, through the partnerships to allocate this funding stream for you, I know it's going to be very well spent. And as you spend it, I think as you look at the importance of women investing in women, and Ernie, we're with you, we're just, but what we're seeing is in the state assembly, we have over 50 women. And that is just something that is changed immensely. We have a women's caucus. We met a couple months ago. And it continues to grow with just the support. I'm not sure that we all are on the same thought process, but I do work on them to have them understand the importance of how great upstate New York is and what we have to offer, especially what the businesses do for us. I do have some citations. I think I'm going to wait a little bit and we'll all come up together and do it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, alphabetically, is, hope I've got this right, is Rome Mayor Jackie Izzo.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is a really great event. I want to say to the women, God bless you. Because I know firsthand the struggles of opening a business, and just opening it is one thing, but being able to maintain it. It's always a struggle. Every year starts out differently. Every year ends differently. But you're doing this, and you're making a real commitment and a change in your community for the better. And we need more people to do that, especially women. It's very tough. When I was younger and starting out, I hated anybody that said, well, a woman couldn't do this or a woman couldn't do that. I said, it ought to be the best person for the job. Qualifications don't matter just because you're a woman. And as I went along, though, and got into my own business, I realized, well, there is a difference. You're not seen the same way. And when you're really starting up, you're in rooms with people that are not used to seeing a female. They're used to seeing a male. So it takes a while to be accepted. So I think 58 applications again this year shows that there's a real commitment in the community. And look at the number of people that are in this room today. The chamber leaders are now both female. It says something. Heather is leading the GI. There's a lot to be said for that, and I think that's because we do have women business owners, and they are making a mark in their communities, and this is extremely important. Some people will say, well, it's only $5,000. Nobody ever offered me $5,000. So I don't care what it is, just to have that recognition and know that you're doing something in your community that means something, and that the business community is looking at you and recognizing that it's a thing. So congratulations to all of you and to everyone here that is in their own business and struggling along. Please keep at it, because it makes a difference in our community. So congratulations, and as Assemblywoman Buntenshawn said, I know every day it's a struggle in the state of New York. There are regulations upon regulations, but you're still here, and that's a really good sign. So congratulations to everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
And New York Mills Mayor Ernie Tellerico.
Thank you. So it's been said to me that I'm a good man. However, I always say this back. Behind every good man is a better woman. And my wife is that better woman. She's not here today because she's working, but how important it is for the woman in our lives, in men's lives. And as we see here today, we have four, and I want to congratulate each and every single one of you for your accomplishments, for your businesses, and all that you are doing to invest in our community. As a small municipality, New York Mills, we're a village. Many of you know where New York Mills is. If you don't, everything goes through New York Mills. You have to go, if you want to go to Whitesboro, you got to go through New York Mills. If you want to go to Utica, you have to go through New York Mills. So all roads lead to New York Mills. But as a small municipality, this doesn't happen every day for a municipality like us, that one of our businesses is being recognized and given a grant. So we are so thankful, Joanna, for your business being in the Village of New York Mills. We're so thankful for the investment that you're making in New York Mills, but even more that, the investment that you're making in people's lives with the reading and the arts, in children's lives, in adults' lives. I've heard nothing but excellent things about your business in our community, and we're so thankful that you're there. I do have a proclamation that I would like to read, particularly for Joanna and her business, but that doesn't take away from all four of you up here. And out of 58, you four were chosen. So that shows your dedication and your commitment. So I'd like to read this. Village of New York Mills Proclamation. Whereas, as the Village of New York Mills wishes to acknowledge the dedication and hard work done by the Treehouse Reading and Arts Center. Whereas Joanna Robertson, owner of the Treehouse Reading and Arts Center, has effectively used her passion and skills to promote change in our world through the power of literacy, learning, and the arts. Whereas her skills as literacy educator, arts educator, professional musician, and mom are second to none. Whereas the Treehouse Reading and Arts Center is located in the Village of New York Mills, New York. Whereas the Village of New York Mills wishes to officially say thank you and congratulations to Joanna Robertson for her achievement recognized by the Woman Investing in Women. Now, I, Ernie Tellerico, Mayor of the Village of New York Mills, therefore would like to extend an official thank you to Joanna Robertson and to hereby recognize November 15th as the Treehouse Reading and Arts Center Day in the Village of New York Mills.
Well, I don't know if we can top a proclamation and a day named for your business. That's fantastic. So I want to just give an extra shout out because we actually have a third Chamber of Commerce president here today. Another woman, Denise Kavanaugh from the Herkimer Chamber, is here too. So we're taking over. We're just taking over. And I also, I thank you, Assemblywoman Buttonchaw. Oh, they're heading out, Mayor Izzo and Mayor Tellerico for being here and for being so supportive of our women business owners. So thank you. I also want to thank the entire Women's Fund board that has really embraced this project, the committee that worked on this project for, as I was reminded this morning, like 10 months. We barely take a break for the holidays. And for all of our volunteer judges who read those 58 applications and had to make the really hard decisions. It takes a village to do this, and thank you all for being so involved and so dedicated. I have to thank, and I know I speak for the entire Women's Fund board when I say I have to thank our great partner, Heather Hage and Griffiss Institute, for being such a fantastic partner in this endeavor. Griffiss, as Melissa said, is known for its success in attracting and developing and supporting tech businesses in the Mohawk Valley. And we love that they care about the economic development of our entire region and not just the tech sector. And that they do so much to support women in business. So thank you for hosting us here today. And Heather Hage, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you so much, Ellen, and good afternoon, everybody. It's really our pleasure to welcome the Women's Fund and Baird and everyone back here again for what is absolutely one of our most favorite events that we do, and we're so grateful for the partnership that we've put together. I hope everyone knows there's so much discretionary effort on the part of so many people that goes into making this happen, and it's out of a deep belief that we have incredible opportunities to build women up in our community, to support each other, to build great businesses that can help you and your families and our communities to thrive. So thank you, everybody, for coming back again this year, and thank you for your partnership and helping to make it happen again. Ellen, that was a beautiful introduction, and thank you. I was asked to give a keynote, but I'm going to be brief because today is about celebrating the women here to my right, as well as our winners from last year, and everyone that is finding success in building small businesses. But while I have a few minutes at the microphone this morning, I have chosen to share just a little bit about my leadership journey in hopes that my experience can help you or to help anyone to become the best version of yourselves as you continue upon your entrepreneurial and leadership journeys here in the Mohawk Valley. So there's 4 things. The first thing is you have to take care of yourself first. As women, we tend to take on a lot of responsibility in this life for work, for family. Today, we are the caregivers and the breadwinners. I'm looking at Denise Flehan, who's right there, who built a whole business, Daughter for Hire, both of you, around this concept, right? That there's so much need for families to be supported, and women tend to take on a lot of that burden, and it can be overwhelming every day. And you have to stop. We have to rest. You have to relax. You have to take care of yourself. You're no good to your team, to your children, to your family, your partner, your friends, the causes that you care about. If you haven't slept, if you're not taking care of your skin, and please wear sunscreen every day. Skin cancer is a real thing, and it can hurt you. Manage your stress. Don't use drugs. Don't use alcohol excessively. Those problems can get after you faster than you think when you feel overwhelmed. Alcohol is not a social lubricant. You don't need it to have a conversation with somebody, even in an environment where everyone else might be doing that. Find healthy and proactive ways to manage your stress. Read, cook, draw, paint, do the things that you love to do, and sleep. Find your rest. Do not ask yourself, have I worked hard enough to deserve rest now? Ask yourself, have I rested enough to go out into the world and do my most loving and meaningful work? Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first. You can't take care of anybody else until you do. Second thing, be kind. be kind. It costs you nothing, and it means everything. Everything to other people. In particular, we're talking about women in leadership roles and our ability to achieve and drive all that we can. It's really important to understand that girl gossip, girl on girl crime, those things, the stuff that women can do sometimes, it's toxic. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve your business. It doesn't serve God or our community. It doesn't serve the cause of helping women achieve our rightful place as equals in this society. It doesn't serve any positive purpose in this universe, so just stop doing it. Make that decision today. Play for the girls' team. That's what I do. It's what I love to do, and it's what you can do too. That means choosing to support the woman next to you. And it is my honest to God, my deepest belief that because of all of the battles and struggles of the women who came before my generation, before us, who are doing this and in leadership roles here and now, this is the last of what we need to do. This is all we need to do to break the last of the glass ceilings, is to take care of each other. If we can do that, I think we get there. And I'll give you an example of what that looks like, okay? Ellen. Yes. Thank you so much for everything you have done, all of the leadership that you have demonstrated to build this program, for your beautiful words, for everything you've done to drive this whole massive team forward. Good on you, and thank you for that. Teresa, thank you so much for leading the way to finding the funding that can help support these women and the women who came before them to be successful. Your work in supporting women in this community is meaningful, it is felt, and thank you. Jackie, where's Jackie Izzo? Did she miss it? She's out there. Dang, she just walked out. But Jackie, if she could hear me, I would be saying Jackie has been the most incredible mayor in this community. She shows up every day in every way for the people in this community. And even though she can't hear me, I'm talking about you, Miss Mayor. And I am suggesting that you have been the most incredible mayor that this community has ever seen, that you have showed up every day in every way for the people and the businesses here in Rome. I am so deeply grateful to be your associate, to be your friend, and to have had the opportunity to lead in this community with you, and thank you. Now, good. Thank you. That was important to me. And for Kelly, for Melissa, for Darian, for Pam, for Corinne, for Dawn, for Tracy, for everyone on our team who takes good care of this place and of us, thank you for everything that you do every day. You are amazing, talented, beautiful, perfect specimens of society, and I'm proud to serve with you. So that's what that looks like. And I could do this all day. I could go around this whole room and tell everybody all the wonderful things that everyone has done, and I won't do that because I'm supposed to be short. But that's what it means to play for the girls' team, all the time. Choose to look at the woman next to you. Tell her she's beautiful. Tell her she's smart. Tell her she can do it. That's all we need. That's all it's going to take to break the last of the glass ceiling. So do it. Practice it, please. It takes the strongest person in the room to be kind when nobody else can be. And people will respect you for it. I promise. So that's number 2. Now, number 3. It's funny, I got thinking about this morning, and we're really going to test my memory or my ability to recall. But since I was like 13, I love history. I love great words. If anyone knows my parents, if you go to their house, they have like quotes all over the place, like beautiful quotes. I think I mentioned this last year, right? Talking about great women, inspire great women, right? So we're a family who is inspired by words. And when I was, I think somewhere around 13, I was reading a speech that Theodore Roosevelt made in 1910 in Paris called Citizenship in a Republic. Does anybody know this speech? It's quite famous, but it is very long. But there's a passage within that speech that is commonly known as the man in the arena. And I have this quote like in frames and written all over, and it's been something that has guided me throughout my career. And it dawned on me this morning as I was thinking about what I was going to share with you today. I'm not sure that it is quite right, but I'll explain to you what it says and what I think about it. So the passage goes something like this. He's commenting on, the current events in the world in 1910, and he's suggesting that the role of being a citizen in a republic has all these different facets. And he starts along saying something like, this is where I'm going to test my memory, but I've learned it 1,000 times. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out where the strong man stumbled or how the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with sweat and dust and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows the great devotions, the great enthusiasms, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at his best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. That was pretty close. It's something like that. And I've been reading that forever, and I identified with that until this morning, and I was thinking about this event and what we're doing here and what we're all working to accomplish in this community. And there's probably still some truth in that passage, and I got to go back to it, but it made me realize that this was a passage about a man in an arena and what a man's arena looks like. And my arena doesn't look like that. I'm not interested in credit, really, and I'm not really driven by sweat and dust and blood. Though with 3 children, I find myself covered in all of those things. Plenty of the time. That's not what fills me up. That's not what makes me excited. It's not what helps me put my heart and head forward and go to work every day and try to do good things. For me, it's more about helping other people, right? Not figuring out a way that I take the credit or feel this triumph of high achievement in and of itself, right? It's really about supporting the other person. We have I think women have a deep compulsion to go into the world and do good, to use the gifts that we have and put them in the direction of the good. And that can sometimes get wildly misunderstood in the world that Mayor Izzo described, for example. In my arena, yes, sweat, dust, blood, all that stuff. But tears have been more a part of that for me than anything else. Tears of being, sorrowful for a friend or for a loss or for something like that, and letting that pass through, of being so stressed that I can't cope and I just gotta let it fly out. And tears of joy at the birth of a child, at the success of another person, all those things. I think that's, for me, that's the arena. Those are the things that have shaped my drive to go out into the world and do good things. And so I'll finally say, for the ladies, for Julie, for Amanda, for Joanna, and for Linda, you, because of the great work that the Women's Fund and Baird and others have done, and because of your hard work to build awesome businesses that are supporting making our community be a better place, you have the opportunity, and with the support given today, to go back out into the world and build the arena the way that you want to, and figure out the things that fill you up, that make you feel good about going out into the world and doing good. And when you need help, don't hesitate to ask. There is a room full of people here and hundreds more women in this community who will be at your side and ready to help you. And if you ever find yourself alone and you don't quite know where to go and you need help, you call me anytime. I will be happy to help you. And that's what I think it means to play for the girls' team. Thank you.
Okay, how do you ever follow Heather's remarks? That was beautiful, thank you. You're so on point. I love it. I love it. I was making notes. Play for the girls' team. Build your own arena, right? Like, I love that. How do we build our own arena? Okay, well, thank you for the remarks and for being such a gracious host today, and always. We love being here. So another really vital program partner for us is Baird Private Wealth Management. They are a diamond sponsor of the Women's Fund this year, and their generosity is underwriting a large portion of these awards. There's a team from Baird here today, and I would like to invite Eric Pronovo, got it, the president and vice president and branch manager, to say a few words and to try to follow.
Life is not fair. I get to follow Heather. Hello, everyone. My name's Eric Pronovo, and I am the branch manager and a director at Baird Utica. Before I get started, I want to say this is amazing that I actually get a room full of women listening to me. I'm actually married to my wife, Deb, 33 years. I have a daughter who's about to turn 20. They never listen to me. And when I get home tonight, I'm going to be in the doghouse. Back in September, my wife and I were in Atlanta, Georgia. For whatever reason, I decided to grow a beard. And my wife said, "Why are you growing a beard in September? You usually grow it in November." And I'm like, I just want to. So I started growing my beard. And it grew and it grew. And my wife every week would be like, "You need to trim that beard." I wouldn't listen to her. You would think after 33 years of marriage I would listen to her. I'd be smart. Next week she'd say, "You need to trim that beard," and I wouldn't trim it. So I showed up. I live in Maine, so I made the trip up here. And I was in the office this week, and one of my partners, Michelle, said, "Eric, that beard, I mean, imagine a beard 2.5 months, and the front is all white, so I look like a walking skunk." She says, "You need to trim that beard before you speak." So this morning, I trimmed it. I wanted to just talk about Baird for a quick second. Baird is a 104-year-old company that is employee-owned. We're private, and we're a global firm. We have 40 private wealth management offices across the country, and there's one in Utica that we're extremely proud of. I want everybody to go back in time. I want everybody to go back to the 1940s. And I know a lot of people in this room probably, weren't around in the 1940s. But I want to ask the audience a question. How many women were actually in the workforce back in the 1940s? Anybody have a clue? Before. Yeah. Where I got my information, it kind of said 1945, so I took an average. Any guesses? The answer is 28%. That's it. Now, do a little more research, and what we find out in the 40s is that less than 1% were women in management positions back in the 40s. Baird has a long history, 100-year history of having women partners at Baird. We brought up a couple of posters. I invite everyone to take a look at these when the event is over. One of the posters goes back to 1948, and Baird had a female partner. She was one of 12 partners at Baird when Baird joined the New York Stock Exchange in 1948, and that was Frida. Fast forward a couple years, let's take it to New York. There's a gentleman by the name of Richard Griffiss. He starts a small boutique investment company here in town back in 1947. Unexpectedly, he passes away in 1951. His wife, Margaret, steps up. She becomes president, treasurer, and a stockbroker for the company. She grows the company to 10 employees to the point where they are trading hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stock shares. Fast forward to 2018. Baird acquires M. Griffith, Margaret Griffith, 2018. I want to talk a little bit about our office today. Our office manages about $2 billion worth of assets in this community, a lot of money. What's interesting is $650 million of that $2 billion, or 40%, is managed by 3 women. And these women are here today. I want to brag about them for a little bit because they're just amazing. We have Michelle Sheridan. She's a director at Baird. She's a financial advisor at the Sheridan Group. She's a certified financial planner. We have Teresa Flemma, managing director, financial advisor at the Flemma Group, certified financial planner, certified private wealth advisor. We have Honorine Wallach, who is in here today. She's a senior vice president, financial advisor, certified financial planner, certified divorce financialist. We have my partner in management, Marianne Treen. She's here today. She's the branch administrative supervisor. She oversees 11 client assistants and supports $13 million worth of revenue that we do here in the community. Why does Baird Utica support these causes? Simple. We owe it to the women in this community. We owe it to Margaret Griffith. If it wasn't for her, this office would not exist. Simple fact. We owe it to the women at Baird that work for us in Utica. Again, Michelle, Teresa, Honorine, Marianne, and 10 other women that make up our office here in Utica. Ladies, I want to thank you for everything you do for this community. I want to thank you for everything you do for our office. And most importantly, I want to thank you for everything you do for our clients. This office wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for you ladies. This year, we are blessed to be in a position where we partnered with the Women's Fund and became a $10,000 diamond sponsorship for women investing in women. In total this year, we will give away $22,500 to various women-sponsored events and programs. And we're just starting. Again, this isn't about Baird. This is about the women in this community. We want to continue to support the women in this community who start their own businesses. We want to support and educate women so that they better understand the world of investing, financial planning, and estate planning. Congratulations, ladies, for the awards that you're receiving today. Truly my pleasure to have become part of this community since January 1st, and thank you everyone for listening to me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric. You said Baird owes it to the women in our community, and I appreciate that. We owe a tremendous amount of thanks to you all for your financial support. And we have a small token of our thanks to present to you and the Baird team. Yes? Come on, all y'all, come on, all y'all. As I said, they are diamond sponsors this year, and we are really, really grateful for your support, financial, moral, all manner. Thank you. Look at all the paparazzi. Okay, thank you. Now, and I hope you can take that back and share it with everybody in your branch, men and women. It's a thanks from all of us to all of you. Good. Good. Oh, okay. Good. Okay, now, the moment everybody, especially these 4, have been waiting for, I am so thrilled to introduce you to this year's Women Investing in Women Award recipients. I'm going to call each one forward in turn for a photo, and they'll have an opportunity to say a few words. Now, I I know that they have big fans in the audience. And I know that those fans are great paparazzi who want to just get up and, take cell phone pictures. I would ask, because we are recording the event, we do have a professional, a real paparazzi professional photographer here, that you don't get in his way. If you want to sit where you are and take pictures, you can do that. Otherwise, we will have time. We will repose the pictures afterwards. But we want to make sure that we get the official photographs. Okay. So without further ado, this time, just to shake things up a little bit, we're going to be making these awards alphabetically by business name, not by last name. So let's see how this works, okay? I'm all about the alphabetization today. So our first award recipient is Julie Whittemore from Keaton and Lloyd Bookshop, right here in Rome. Heather, I should have said Heather and Michelle, would you please, I fell down on my duties. Wait a second. I want to get Heather and Michelle up here to get in the picture too. Thank you, sorry.
This is cute. It's got my cats on it.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you to the Women's Fund, Griffiss, and Baird. I was reading a book recently. Go figure. I'm a proponent of those things. And it was called In Praise of Good Bookstores. It's by Jeff Deutsch. It's written by one of my and Joanna's colleagues. And it goes on and on and on about how awesome indie bookstores are and the extraordinary impact that we have educationally, culturally, economically in all of our communities. And owning my business for the last couple of years, I've seen a lot of that happen. But in reading these texts, it's really extraordinary the impact that indie bookstores have. And I think that through experience, I've seen some of that, but there's stuff that I never would have thought about. So I'm really just happy to be a part of that and thank everybody for helping me make that happen.
Okay, next, alphabetically by business. We have the recently married Amanda Montagna, did I get that right? So you're going to have the wrong name up here. From Realm Chiropractic in Herkimer. Hop on up again.
I'm also told that when I'm making people smile,
Hello, everyone. I didn't know what to say, but then Heather's words really resonated with me, and I don't believe in coincidences. I've owned my business. I own a chiropractic business for a little under 2 years, and last night I came home crying in my husband's arms, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm tired, and this is really hard, and I haven't even done this for 2 years yet." But between being tired and overwhelmed and figuring things out, being new to business, something that weighs a lot on me is guilt for being all of those things and still only being, 2 years into this. I was like, this isn't right. There's people who've been doing this a lot longer than I am. So I don't think it's a coincidence that I felt overwhelmed last night. This award ceremony was today, and Heather said the things she said, and I'm truly grateful for this generous opportunity because today I feel like a reset, and I'm good to go for 2 more years before my next breakdown, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, we are here for resets. This is good. I like it. All right, third, the woman for whom today is named in New York Mills, Joanna Robertson from Treehouse Reading and Art Center.
We know we look great. We don't need to tell us.
All right, I didn't plan what I was going to say. But I was also thinking about, some of the words we heard earlier, and I don't sleep. I never sleep. I don't usually eat either, but that's why you have to have a good team and good employees who bring you food when they realize that you forget to eat. My team is small, but they take good care of me, which is also why we can do all of the things in the community that we want to do. So we're a bookstore, but we also do a lot of classes, camps, music lessons, reading, tutoring, all of these things. And that's why I do what I do every day. And now I'm so happy and excited and thrilled that I can do even more. And that's my goal right now, is just to let more people in the community know that we're here and what we do, and do more. So thank you.
And finally, alphabetically by business, we have, Linda, tell me I get this right. Eloisio, I'll get it next year. I don't know, I'm so sorry. From, yes, from Uniquely Yours Interiors here in Utica, or there in Utica. I think I'm in Utica.
I have to admit, I'm not a fan of Halloween. But when I got a phone call on December 31st, it became my favorite day. The phrase about great women inspiring others. I brought my great woman with me, my mom. Who has always encouraged me, taught me to have a phenomenal work ethic. She didn't sleep very much or eat very much either, but she always told me to take care of myself. And thankfully, she was led by a father who was probably one of the first men in the world who ever believed in the power of women. And I would like to think that my Minky would be very proud of me today. He always taught me that I was the smartest, most talented, funniest, prettiest, strongest person in the whole world, but somehow I lost that along the way. And this award today goes a long way. Outside alignment with what you're trying to do with your business is just so reaffirming, and continues on as I continue on through the next few decades of my career. And I can't thank Baird and the Women's Fund and Griffiss Institute so much. This means the world to me. Thank you.
All right, well, first of all, I have to say shout out to mothers. I think there's at least one other mother of a recipient here today. I'm wearing my mother's scarf, like I always think about my mom at these things. Our moms are the ones who get us going on this. So thank you to all the mothers who have supported us. And many thanks to everybody for coming today, for joining us, for supporting women businesses in our community, for seeking out opportunities to support these women and others. As we said, there were 54 others who unfortunately, who are fantastic. I mean, oh my gosh, we should be supporting all of these businesses all the time. And as Heather said, lifting each other up, like let's play for the girls team. I'm all about that. So this ends our formal program. I encourage everyone to enjoy refreshments, to speak with our winners, to take cell phone photos with our winners, to talk to Women's Fund board members about the other things that the Women's Fund is doing, to talk to Heather and her team about the great things that Griffiss is doing, to talk to Baird about the great things that they're doing, and just thank you all for being here. The end.